And now back to Bobby Likis Car Clinic and your host, Bobby Likis.
And welcome back to Bobby Likis Car Clinic. Great program today. On the hotline with us now is Jason Searl. Jason is Vice President of Advanced Lead-Acid Battery Technology for Johnson Controls. Active in the industry, Jason's a member of multiple Battery Council International Work Groups and IEEE. Participates in industry conferences as speaker and panelist, has published papers, this man knows his business, and holds patents and participates in the International Educational Enrichment Programs. It's my pleasure to welcome him back to Bobby Likis Car Clinic. Jason, glad to have you in the house.
No, thank you very much, Bobby.
Okay, just a quick for my Car Clinic listeners and viewers, what does IEEE stand for?
So it's also known as IEEE. It's the International Engineering Consortium, and basically it's bringing technical minds together to talk about, how applications are changing, how is the industry serving those applications.
Got it. So to that end, help our Car Clinic listeners and viewers better understand what an AGM battery is, and secondly, does installing an AGM battery in place of the original lead-acid battery have any effect on the vehicle's electrical or charging system?
So an AGM battery is an absorbent glass mat battery. So AGM stands for absorbent glass mat. It's a precision-engineered lead-acid battery in terms of how it's built, its components. It differs from flooded battery technology, as all the electrolyte, or also as we know it, acid, is absorbed within this glass mat that I had mentioned and within the plates of the battery. The battery itself has a valve-regulated system installed, which promotes a unique feature called recombination. And recombination is the process which takes battery gases that are generated and replenishes them back into water into the cell. The one thing that's unique for AGM batteries, they're ideally suited for today's high electrical demand conventional vehicles and high electrical demand start-stop vehicles, where the application has really changed, where cycling and safety are becoming a critical part of how a battery needs to perform. The AGM provides ultimate performance in charge-discharge cycling, and it's the safest lead-acid battery in a non-spillable design.
And Jason, to that end, tell us a little more about the vibration-resistant factor that the AGM batteries deliver.
Sure. So AGM batteries are more vibration-resistant than standard flooded batteries, and it's due to the battery construction where the cells are packed tightly and under high compression. This holds the internal materials tightly together to resist breakdown. And how it differs versus a flooded battery, the flooded batteries are loosely positioned in a free-flowing electrolyte, which makes them more susceptible to the vibration damage. And one other thing we should probably talk about here, what's real important regarding AGM technology, is its ability to cycle. With that technology, we are able to optimize the performance in the key areas that flooded batteries cannot, which is operation at partial state of charge, ability to recharge quickly, and ability to charge and discharge repetitively. So that cycle performance really is becoming also a key part of how batteries need to serve not only today's demands, but also the increasing demands for tomorrow.
We're talking with Jason Searl, Vice President of Advanced Lead-Acid Battery Technology for Johnson Controls. So, Jason, is there a particular type of vehicle that's better suited for AGM battery?
So that's an interesting question. And the vehicle type I would define as high demand or high electrical demand vehicles are best suited by AGM. And when we define high demand vehicles, they're not limited specifically only to a vehicle type, but they can be, for example, the common examples of luxury vehicles, trucks, minivans and SUVs, but they can also be common sedans, like a Toyota Camry or a Hyundai Elantra. And there are three key points to understand, why AGM is better suited and how it's going to serve. The first point is, the vehicle demand due to electrical devices on board and how that vehicle is managing those loads and utilizing the battery. So more devices, utilizing the battery as managing those loads puts more pressure on the battery's ability to perform. It's how the person is going to use the vehicle. So short trips put a lot of stress on the battery's ability to perform, limiting the ability to get recharge from the alternator. And it's also the environment that the battery is operating within. So high underhood temperatures, high external temperature extremes, and traffic patterns with increasing urbanization, needs to be considered because they're all putting more and more pressure on the battery's ability to perform, making AGM a better solution.
Well, I have another question, but I think you've already answered my question from where I sit and my Car Clinic listeners. I was going to ask if the consumer should pay more for a premium battery, an AGM, over a standard battery, but I think you've answered that question as far as what particular automobile. The criteria that you mentioned sort of fits all the cars that are new and on the market today with all of the driver demands and start-stop. It's been out for some time now. So let's shift gears then. With our Car Clinic listeners and viewers beginning to turn their attention to the fall and the winter months, does the AGM battery outperform the standard battery in cold weather?
So AGM batteries do offer ultimate performance in temperature extremes, but both in cold and hot weather. When we talk about cold, though, specifically, AGM does provide superior recharge performance versus flooded technology. And when you combine, that with the increasing demands of the vehicle and the user, AGM for cold temperature performance does offer the ultimate peace of mind.
So, Jason, just one last question. Where can our Car Clinic consumers find more information about AGM batteries?
So we do have a lot of information out there. There is a couple of places online that you can access. One that I'd highly recommend is autobatteries.com, so autobatteries.com. And that has a lot of information not only on battery technology, the application, how things are changing, best technology to serve the increasing demands of how vehicles are being used and what's on board with them. And the other one I'd recommend is our website, johnsoncontrols.com, or you can also use the letters jci.com and quickly access our website there. Under Power Solutions, you can see different information on battery technology, how it's changing, and how AGM batteries are becoming a huge part of how this market's being served.
And just one final question, Jason. We're talking with Jason Searl, Vice President of Advanced Lead-Acid Battery Technology for Johnson Controls. If you can, in 15 seconds, tell us a little bit about the global company, Johnson Controls.
Sure. So Johnson Controls is a global company. We are serving different markets that include not only the power solutions or batteries and automotive batteries globally, also HVAC systems, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and security systems. Our area specifically, in the power solutions area, we are the largest manufacturer of automotive batteries globally, and we are the only manufacturer that offers locally produced AGM batteries globally to serve these increasing demands of what's coming on board in vehicles, how the vehicles are used, and the more challenging environments they're being used within.
Well, it's safe to say that Johnson Controls is well suited to provide the best batteries for aftermarket cars and also for OEMs. Jason, thank you so much for joining me on Bobby Likis Car Clinic today and for the great information on AGM batteries. I just love it.
Thank you so much, Bobby.